resolved. So if you're not paying attention, you hear resolved, you may think that is the word solved, and it's not. So resolved is kind of like a hit, like in a promise. Solved, and I explained that today in a press conference because we solved a 42-year-old murder. We had a press conference on it. I was very clear about the difference. Resolved basically to me is you might have, could have, maybe I think you might have done it. I'm not really sure, but we're going to go ahead and close that case out. Solved to me is we have enough probable cause to believe the crime has been, is being, or is about to be committed. We put together enough evidence and information, a charging affidavit. We put handcuffs on you and we arrested you.
So what was the difference here? And this was the Shelley Werner cold case from 1980?
Yeah. The difference, how do you mean?
Well, I know they weren't able to say the three suspects' names, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something?
Correct.
Is that along the lines of what you're referring to?
Yeah, that's exactly, since they're deceased, it was decided by some people that, would not release the names. So, to be honest with you, that, do I really care if they release the names or not? Not particularly. The focus is and was and is always going to be solving the crime, and this young 15-year-old girl that was murder victim by these animals. Hopefully she can rest easy. I said it on the news today. She's sitting right next to God, and I'm not an overly religious guy by any means, but I believe in a heaven and a hell and a God and a devil and evil and all the stuff that I've seen over the years. And I even said in front of the cameras, I hope these three guys are in hell wearing gasoline overcoats and are in the front row. So I'm not a real.
They didn't quote you. I looked.
They didn't?
No, I read 2 full reports and I watched a video. They did have a clip of you speaking in a room where you're sitting at a large table with some other gentlemen, but they didn't get any of your good quotes.
Well, that maybe that was going to hurt somebody's feelings.
Of course. Can you walk us through what that looks like? Kind of tracking down a cold case suspect.
Well, in this particular case, we had started the unit. We looked at it, and within a couple of months, probably even shorter than that, and I'm talking only one day a week that we were in there. We were able to focus our attention on, these particular people. And, some people may say, oh, geez, you got narrow mind on it and you didn't look into everything. But, if everything is focusing towards you, the suspect, that's the way it is. And you have to follow the leads. Well, we had one person come forward and tell us that she's now dead. But she came forward and said that she got a call from her husband, who was a prolific woman beater, and he had her scared to death.
Local scumbag.
He told her bring a change of clothing over here to this location. Shut your mouth. You didn't see anything, and don't say anything to anybody. Well, she had already been on the receiving end of several beatings, and she knew what was going to be in store, so she did what she was told. Of course, you look back now and, think how you were at 18 years old, and now fast forward, 42 years or 25 years or whatever the amount of time, there's a significant change in you. Usually, you've had kids, you've had deaths in the family, maybe you got grandkids, just life changes, and so do you. So this lady decided she was going to come forward, and she talked to Brian Cook, a guy that worked for me. We call him Cookie. I shouldn't say worked for me. Nobody really worked for me. Everybody worked with me. And I'm one of those guys. I've had rank all my life in the police department, but I never was one to believe in superior officers and subordinate officers. I'm not superior or subordinate to anybody, and I don't, feel like anybody else should be that way, with me.